Hello, I'm Molly, and this is Care Experts, brought to you by CareCredit and Pets Best. Together, the CareCredit credit card and Pets Best pet health insurance provide all the financial tools that can help you be the best pet parent you can be. Today, we are with Dr. Sharon Merrick talking about cat supplements and treats. Hello, Sharon. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. So let's start with our cat treats. What should we look for in a good cat treat?
So pretty much similar to your diets, you want a quality, nutritional, balanced treat. You have your different levels. You got your McDonald's level of cat treats versus your steakhouse level of cat treats. So you want to find something that is basically nutritionally balanced as with the cat food.
Are there any certain ingredients that you would look for in a cat treat that would be more ideal?
Basically just your meat sources, your basic carbohydrate and protein sources. So things are nice and palatable and yummy to them.
That makes sense. So Sharon, is there a difference between the supplements or treats that our kittens should be getting versus our adult cats?
So it all would depend on their health status. Again, it all boils down to what their nutritional needs are. So unless there's any type of underlying health issue or concern or deficiency in your pet, then that would depend on if they need to be on certain supplements. There's liver support, there's kidney support supplements, there's anemia supplements, there's just vitamin supplements, glucose, you name it. Same thing with people. There's supplements for pretty much everything out there. And again, it all depends on what your veterinarian is recommending for your pet. Annual lab work, blood tests will determine any type of metabolic conditions that might require supplements or treatment or care for your pets. So that is always recommended as well.
That makes sense. And with the current food we have in our world, are you seeing any supplements that you find most cats could benefit from?
Usually, it's not always necessary, really. You have a lot of people, they get a new pet, whether a dog or a cat, where they want the best for them. This is my new pet. I want them to live happy, healthy, and do everything that's best for them. So I'm going to go out to the local pet store or go on, online, and I'm going to find out what should I give my cat? And you're going to get more recommendations than anything you could find in life. There's just so much information and so many opinions and thoughts out there. So really, again, as far as just, okay, my cat needs to be on a vitamin. No, as long as they're on a nutritional balanced diet, they're, healthy, there's no concerns, there's nothing underlining. And a lot of that can veer back to doing annual blood work on them, which, shares an early detection of some of these diseases and processes in their body that would require recommending using a supplement or vitamin.
Okay, so tell me, teeth cleaning treats, do they work?
They do. They absolutely do. However, teeth cleaning treats work as a preventative. If your cat has been diagnosed with any type of periodontal disease, any accumulation of tartar and calculus on their teeth, sometimes maybe something crunchy might chip that tooth, tartar off. But really, if depending on where your pet's teeth are, if they're in an advanced stage of dental disease, then they need a professional cleaning. And then once that's done, then you start them on that. Or just starting them on dental treats early can definitely be proactive in their dental health.
That makes sense too. Would you say that multivitamins are necessary for cats?
I don't think so. And again, it just depends if there's anything that shows with their health history and their annual and routine veterinary visits, anything that shows they're deficient in something, really multivitamins aren't necessary. There's a lot of controversy over that, but it's not something that, I would say, okay, you got this new pet, let's get them started on their preventative care for fleas and, and parasites. And yeah, let's get them on a vitamin. No, we're not doing that.
Not necessary. So for healthy joints, what kind of supplements might be good for that?
So omegas are really great. There are, I think I've had literally since January had learning lunch and learns with about 4 different companies that have different levels of treats, and in those treats they have different type of supplements, muscle, fish oil, just a multitude of different type of supplements that are supposed to help joints. I personally found that not a lot of cats really will take the treats, just depending on the treat, the palatability, but there just hasn't been great success in my opinion on them taking the treats. But there's different like omega pumps that are veterinary approved, because they've done the testing on animals. It's not something you're going to GNC and, oh, let me get some fish oil for me and a little fish oil for my pet. So I would definitely be careful. And I know most veterinarians do a multitude of, certain research into purchasing products that they're going to carry in their hospitals and recommend to their patients, because that all boils down to their recommendations. So I would go with, again, your vet's recommendations on what they're carrying and offering for your individual pet.
That makes sense. Case by case basis. So what about fiber for cats? Good or bad?
It's not bad. Fiber's good. Fiber kind of helps bulk up the GI system and keeps things moving.
Okay. And omega as a supplement for their fur and hair, would you say that's a good thing for our cats?
So it is a good thing because, your omegas help with inflammation. So those omegas help bring down the inflammation that, helps with joints, helps lubricate those joints. It's just shown to have a great hair coat, fur, basically nice shiny coats. It just helps put those natural oils, I guess, back into the body that would promote good fur and coat. But again, mostly for the joints and heart health and things like that. Same thing with people. It definitely helps with inflammation that can cause a multitude of different ailments within a body.
And what about coconut oil?
Coconut oil, that's your all to Dr. Google internet go-to. Coconut oil cures everything. Not so. Some people, it's not bad, I don't think, for your pet really, but I don't think anytime your pet has an ailment, giving it coconut oil, rubbing coconut oil on their bodies should come before seeing your veterinarian for proper care. Because people are using coconut oil for everything.
Gotcha. And are probiotics necessary for cats?
So probiotics, they're good. They don't hurt because a lot of their immunity is in the gut. So what happens with those probiotics is it helps those good bacteria cells kind of work with your immunity cells and promote good immunity. So it's not a bad thing. And routine probiotics help if you've got a pet that's common with GI issues. Great for that. And again, it all boils back to you got to be very careful. And I say this with urgency, that you've got to be very careful in what you're purchasing and buying over the counter at pet stores, Walmart, even dollar stores you see supplements and stuff for pets. So again, I always strongly urge you to go with your veterinarian's recommendations. A lot of the supplements they may recommend are over the counter, but that means they've done their research and they know that it's safe and actually has, will work with your pet. Whereas, you could spend a lot of money on things that do nothing. No good.
Thank you, Sharon. So we know that as humans, we can go to a regular general store without consulting our doctor and get supplements for ourselves. What is the difference between human supplements and cat supplements? Can we do the same thing for our cats, or do we always need to talk to our vet? What's the difference?
So in some things, there's really no difference. But keep in mind, when you're going into a GNC or a human health care section of any store, those vitamins, those supplements are formulated for human people as far as more so the dosing. So yes, there are a significant amount of vitamins and supplements that you can purchase over the counter or human grade for your pet, but it all boils down to dosing. So, you want to always, again, you want to talk to your veterinarian, find out what's best. Hey, what can I give my pet? Because again, you look at a cat and you look at a person, there's a pretty big difference in size there, which means, and even metabolically, there's going to be different, doses of what my pet needs versus what I need. So again, it's so important to consult with your veterinarian. When you go for your annual visits, come up, make a list with all your questions and bring them, because you're paying for that physical exam. You're paying for that time with your doctor, and you need to, make sure that all your questions are answered. And therefore, ask them, hey, if I pick up some fish oil from GNC, what dose should I give my cat? Most are going to be happy. I mean, they're probably going to recommend some things they have in hospital to give you for your pet, but at the same time, they should be fine with giving you the dosing on certain things that would be safe for your pet that you can buy over the counter.
So it sounds like there are a lot of options out there to give our pets supplements and treats, but our first step should be consulting our vet. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dr. Sharon Merrick. This has been invaluable information. We will definitely go consult our veterinarians before we give our cats treats and supplements. So thank you for all of this valuable information. Thank you.
My pleasure.
More episodes of Care Experts can be found at carecredit.com/careexperts. All of our featured Care Experts recommend and accept the CareCredit credit card, which is accepted at hundreds of thousands of provider locations nationwide. For more information on how Pets Best Pet Insurance can cover up to 90% of your pet's unexpected eligible veterinary expenses, visit petsbest.com. Or for more information on the CareCredit credit card, go to carecredit.com.
Thanks for joining us on Care Experts with CareCredit. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share with friends and family. And stay tuned for new episodes every week. Pet insurance is administered by Pets Best Insurance Services, LLC, and is underwritten by American Pet Insurance Company, a New York insurance company headquartered at 6100 4th Avenue South, Suite 200, Seattle, Washington, 98108. Please see www.americanpetinsurance.com to review all available pet health insurance products underwritten by APIC. Purchases with the CareCredit credit card are subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See carecredit.com for details. This content is subject to change without notice and offered for informational use only. You are urged to consult with your individual medical providers with respect to the information presented. Synchrony and any of its affiliates, including CareCredit, collectively Synchrony, makes no representations or warranties regarding this content and accepts no liability for any loss or harm arising from the use of the information provided. Your participation in this presentation constitutes your acceptance of these terms and conditions.